Spotify technology has made a bold push into podcasting recently, signing to exclusive deals, top tier talent like Joe Rogan, Bill Simmons, and Kim Kardashian West, and partnering with DC Comics to make shows. The stock has now more than doubled in the past 3 months. And I'm just going to be completely honest, Spotify is changing the podcast world. There was really no leader in the podcast world, and this is why I think that Spotify can work even though it's at a high price. And when I mean they're changing the podcast world, because they're not even detailing the Rogan money wise details how much he was paid, but you're going to see, maybe you might see Apple signing podcasters. You might see just different companies just attaching themselves to podcasts, trying to get into podcasts, trying to place advertisement in podcasts. The podcast world is now doing this cool shift, and I think that there's a lot of upside because there's just, it's like music. There's enough ears in this world for there to be a million podcasters, just like there are a million musicians, right? And you don't have to be the highest, audience to actually make money. So people with the average audience of 1,000, a couple thousand people will be able to live off podcasts. And so to me, this can work. I'd love to buy into Spotify, but right now, I think personally the price right now, it's just a little bit too high for me. And I'd love to see like a 5, 10%, 20%, pullback. Might not get it because the future of Spotify, I think is bright. And as they continue to grow, I know they're not a profitable company. Let's just be completely out there. But let me know in the comments, do you think that the podcast game is going to change? Do you think that Spotify has a chance to, Netflix worked out. Netflix worked making their own content, investing in their own content, producing shows on their own. They worked out. Why can't Spotify work out? Why can't audio podcasts, them signing talent or creating their own podcasts? I don't know if many of you know, but Spotify did acquire Anchor, and I use Anchor for my podcast. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I podcast myself once a week. I don't really talk too much about it, but feel free to go in the description below with the link. But yes, they acquired Anchor, and Anchor, you got regular guys and gals like me that I upload once a week. So you're going to start to see a lot of growing podcast talent, and I love to see it. And I think that Spotify is a win if you're thinking long term. And I know it's confusing to say because I don't want to buy in right now, but that I'm just weird like that. I'm always looking for a specific number, even though I'm never going to get it. So let me know in the comments what y'all think. Y'all think that Spotify has something, or it's just a bunch of smoke. It's a bunch of smoke with mirrors. Y'all let me know in the comments below.